Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Danny Talks United. And today we're going to chat about Bruno Fernandes and maybe speak on some truths that people don't really want to hear because he's been a stellar player for us, but maybe it's time for him to start looking elsewhere and us looking at other players if we want to achieve the style we're aiming to achieve. But before we get into this, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. On the road to 900, maybe even 1,000 subscribers one day, but cannot do it without your help. And also follow me on Instagram at Danny Talks United. Would love to have a chat with you guys on Instagram. All right. Anyway, let's get into a bit of Bruno Fernandes. So Bruno Fernandes has been with us for about 5 years now. Came through under Ollie, and I think under Ollie's system, he was sensational. He was getting 20 goals a season, 15 assists a season, double digits in both. And since the arrival of Erik ten Hag, that's a bit dropped off. He has been made captain, which I thought was a controversial move. Now, I didn't think Harry Maguire was the right captain for us either. But I don't think Bruno Fernandes is our right captain. Look, he's our best player for sure. But is he the leader that we all need? I'm not too sure about that. Look, I know people always go about Bruno saying, oh, he throws his arms around, he's petulant and all that. And I say, man, go look at some of the old players we had. Roy Keane always threw his hands around. He was very petulant. Wayne Rooney as well. But the difference is we were winning things back then. We haven't really won all that much with Bruno in the team. And my biggest thing is that it seems like when he doesn't play well, which is actually more often than not, I think people don't realize that he doesn't play well very often. The team doesn't play well. And when we can't have that happening with the captain. Now, I think he's a fantastic player, one of the best attacking midfielders I have ever seen in my life. Makes some of the most insane passes, scored some of the most insane goals I've seen. But where I draw the line is that to me, he's a counter-attacking player. He needs that one touch, that Superman pass out. He plays really quick. It seems like he has trouble just slowing things down. Everything has to be bang, 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 which leads to misplaced passes. It leads to him also making a misplaced pass while also being out of position. He tends to drive way too far forward and not fall back and help out with our midfield and defense, which leaves massive gaps in the midfield, as you saw last season. And you're seeing, I think, a little bit this season. I think it's improved quite a bit, but there's still big holes to fill. Now, to me, like I said, he comes across as a counter-attacking player. And one thing you'd notice is, and I'm sure everybody notices this, is that, lately we haven't been playing well. And when we go down a goal, I don't see it as much against the lower league teams, but when we start playing like Liverpool, we start playing City, and we tend to go back down a goal, he starts to get very erratic. I wouldn't say he loses his head, but his composure type kind of goes. He struggles to retain the ball, starts whipping out passes left and right, typically to the opposition. Maybe 1 out of 5 will get to our players, but that's not good enough in this league anymore. You look at a guy like Martin Odegaard, who can hold the ball very well, excellent dribbler, and doesn't really get shoved off the ball all that easily, where Bruno Fernandes can get shoved off the ball and goes down way too easily. And I hate that, not just with Bruno, but I hate players going down so easily across the damn league. I wasn't raised like that. I didn't play like that. But that's just me. Times have changed. But yeah, he tends to be very erratic when things aren't going the way as planned. It's I want to say it kind of starts with Bruno we have our game plan, which is can be quite structural, quite good, pragmatic at times. But as soon as things go down, it's like he starts this thing with he starts to become erratic, which kind of bleeds out into the team, and the whole team starts becoming erratic. Misplaced passes everywhere, people not getting their head up in time and getting pushed off the ball, or getting dispossessed, leading to goals. And it's a big problem. It is a big problem. And I've said this now since Eric Ten Hag has came in, is I don't know, like as good as Bruno is, I don't know if he will fit a system where we are trying to hold the ball, because he can't seem to hold on to it. Everything needs to be a Hollywood pass. He needs to try something crazy. He needs to try, on top of that, needs to do it quick. He can't just slow it down. He can't pass it back. There's some issues there, guys. Now, I'm hoping that can change, but I haven't seen much change since he's arrived, from being a counter-attacking player to becoming a controlling midfielder. Now, I've seen a lot of suggestions. Maybe we bring him back a bit, because last year, I think against Everton, he had one of his best games in a United shirt. He was just dishing balls out left and right from a deeper position. Maybe that's what he needs to do. But my worry there is that he doesn't have the physicality. He goes down too easily. He gets a tap on the shoulder, will go down. I just don't know if he's physical enough to play a deep lying midfielder. He certainly has got the passing range and the brains to do it, but physicality is a big thing. But maybe now we're getting into an era where physicality isn't as important as ball control and passing. But maybe that's something Eric Ten Hag should look into. Maybe Bruno playing in an 8 and either a Mason Mount, or we bring somebody new in that 10. Maybe even a Xerxes in that 10, that big, strong lad Xerxes. Who knows? Now, if it was up to me, I'd give Bruno this year. He is getting into his 30s now. I think he's turned 30 this year, or he's turning 30. I can't remember. I'd be looking to, if it's still producing the same results, I'd be looking to move him on. And I would like to bring in Florian Wirtz. I think he holds the ball very well, moves the ball around the line, extremely creative, and gets goals. He's like a newer version of De Bruyne, in my opinion. I think we give Bruno this season, see how he does. If the same issues keep persisting, we maybe try to move him on to a different club, maybe a Barca, maybe to Saudi, get a huge fee for him, and spend big money on a guy like Florian Wirtz, because that dude is ace. But yeah, in my opinion, I think Bruno is just a bit too erratic, leaving too many gaps and sitting too far forward at times, leaving everything else exposed. And he's, over the last few months, I wouldn't say few months, but over the last couple seasons, you can see his productivity has been slowly dropping. Yeah, he went on a good run towards the end of last year, but most of last year wasn't great. I think basically since Eric Ten Hag has come in, he's only really had a good handful of games that he played extremely well in. So I think, and I'm assuming they're already doing this, that the board need to start looking at other options, not only because of the play style, but of his age. I think we should start looking at a new captain as well, maybe a Martinez, if he can start playing a bit better. I don't know who else could really be a captain. Maybe a Delict or someone could be captain after a season or two. He's just not really kept, to me, in my opinion, guys. I've played sports my entire life. He's not captain material for me. I don't really see him motivating the team that well. I see him complaining a lot, getting in people's faces, but not really lifting the team up. And it just, when he's not playing well, the entire team is playing the same way. And we can't have that happening. We need a player that, if he's not playing well, everyone brings their level up to bring his level up. And that just doesn't seem like it happens. I think for a player to be like a captain material, he needs to have 7, 8, 9 out of 10 games almost every week. He can have an off week here and there, but every week he needs to be a 7, 8, 9, and or even a 10 out of 10 player. Most teams have this. You look at City and their captains. You look at Arsenal, their captains, always having great games. Liverpool as well. So yeah, I think, like I said earlier, I think in my opinion, I'm giving give him this year. If there's no improvement, I'm gonna start looking for a I mean, I already have the replacement I'd like, but maybe comment down below who would be a good replacement for Bruno as well. But I think the board, I think they're already looking at Bruno replacements, in my opinion. Yeah, I know he just got a new contract, but that does not mean we can't sell him this summer, or not this summer, next summer. But yeah, let me know. What are your opinions on Bruno Fernandes? Comment down below. And if you have any replacements, you know mine, Florian Wirtz. He is the dude at the moment. I don't see anyone better than him in that role. Maybe a Jude Bellingham, but we ain't getting him. So yeah, let me know. Comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. On top of it, I'm looking for someone to help me out with like doing shorts and stuff because I just don't have time and energy to do it all. I'm trying, but I don't. So if you want to get involved and push this channel even further, let me know. I'll see you guys all on the next one. Later.